All right, we are live. Give me a second. I'm still kind of setting up stuff. Um, okay, well, this hopefully works. Believe it or not, I'm trying to rejuvenate a candle. All right, where am I at? Where am I at? I think I'm ready. I think I'm pretty much ready. Let's check out the stove. The light on the stove looks good. Remember, we only got about an hour worth of light on the stove because of that little, this little light only gives us an hour. All right, which should be more than enough. I'm not going to do anything crazy on it. I spent all day rearranging my house. Um, if you've seen one of the previous, and I don't even know if I'm centered in this because I moved all the cameras around and everything got kind of crazy. And it looks all right. I don't even know if all the lights are on. So yeah, it's midnight, and I pretty much got done cleaning the house, half of it. I didn't even get to the part where I need to clean this floor, um, and sweep and clean and really scrub it, and get that done. Um, so I what I did though is I actually didn't do any work from. I finally had an actual day off of the day job to where I can do whatever it is I want to do today, and I slept in late. Oh, what's going on here? Well, we're gonna have to deal with the flare. All right. Well, this little thing is it's charged up. Let's see. It reads temperatures hot. Huh. I might have to send that back because it's not doing me any good. Um, damn it, that sucks. And it's not a gear review, but we have evidence on the past streams that this little light, it's been overheating. It's the Ulanzi 40-watt light bulb, and I run it at 100%, and it's supposed to get about, they say 75 minutes worth of light. Welcome to gear review night, uh, with yours truly. Tonight we are uh, reviewing. Let's take this off. Tonight we are reviewing the Ulanzi 40-watt light. On paper, this looks amazing. On paper, this looks amazing. However, in real life, we've already got evidence that it shuts off. And previously, I thought that it was shutting off because there wasn't enough battery life to it. But that wasn't the case. When I went and go charge it up, there was always 2 bars of battery life in it. What happened is that it gets overheated, and that doesn't do me any good. It's supposed to run at whatever it's supposed to run. Yikes! Oh man, this sucks. Um, I wonder if I'm gonna double check because it's 40 watt, right? I run it at 100%, but it does have like a max watt 50 output rating on it. And if that's the case, maybe I can only run it at 80%. But if you guys remember, I've had running at 100% a bunch of other times, and it lasted almost an hour on those other ones. So this time it did not. Um, I do have other video lights that are just as good, but it's going to entail me having to And that's enough light for what we're going to use it for. Uh, It's to set it up. God damn it. I actually have to send this back. I hate that. That sucks. That way sucks. Maybe I got a defective one and I'm just going to trade it. Because again, the idea is really cool, man. The idea is cool. So, oh well. Oh well. All right. So tonight we're going to make a little bit of, just going to make the fries. And where are we at here? I see. All right, let me adjust this. Sorry, let me get right in or back up. Nah, I like it there. That's fine. I don't want to mess with too much stuff. Anyway, we are already off to a weird start. And actually, what we need to do here is turn on the light here. This is my lard. And yes, I do keep it here. Cover it up, keep it. So far, it's, you know, it's well covered in the it's well covered in the Dutch oven thing that I basically use it on. That's what I use that Dutch oven for. We're gonna bake bread in another Dutch oven that I have, but it served me well keeping my lard in there because I use it to either fry a bunch of stuff. Today it's going to be fries, potatoes, sometimes tortillas. We need to show you how to make tortopos. You can, which of course you can use regular oil that's not flavored, canola oil, peanut oil. But what we're gonna do, what I like to do is use lard because, well, I like it that way. So we're just gonna make some fries today. Um, I've been cleaning up today, right? And today was again the first time that I didn't have to. That I've been kind of working overtime, and the problem is I have issues with the boss right now, and not any particular boss, just the fact that I'm kind of in a conundrum. Uh, and the issue is a little more complicated that I'm going to put it out, but I'm so decent. Well, I'm pretty good at my job that the amount of work that it takes for me to, uh, the amount of work that it takes for someone else to complete in a full day, I can do, I'm not going to say in half that, but I can pretty much do in not a full day's work. Let's just put it that way. So I do my job, and normally it hasn't been a problem before. I always meet my numbers. I do my thing, and you know, it's never an issue because my job is product or what do you call it? 5 minutes. It's really production based sort of stuff. It's not really a per hour thing, and I'm paid that way. However, one of the owners, because there's a couple owners in the policy, doesn't seem to like the way that I basically get paid for a full day's work, and I don't, and I don't use the full day to get it done, you know. And the issue is I don't need a full day to get it done, and the the problem with the guy is that I'm contracted out. I don't get paid um, by the hour, and I'm not really salaried. I am um, 1099. I'm pretty much contracted out. Uh, and it was done that way for a specific reason because I've been with the company 10 years now, and that's how they started paying me. However, somewhere along the line, someone thinks that that's not. Let me just say that the owners have gotten greedy. That's basically it, man. The owners have gotten greedy, and they are. I don't know what got into their head. Now, I'm not saying that the company owes me this great, grandiose thing that, oh man, I'm the reason the company is what it is. But I was there from. If I wasn't there from day one, I was there from day two. I was there from the early on. A lot of the way that the underwriting is being done in these situations is because I was help establish certain procedurals because of how I do, because of what I've worked on. I produce so much in my job that I'm able to say, here's a perfect example. I produce so much in my job that I'm able to tell them, hey, there's issues here, there's issues there. And the issue is that I am, uh, again, I know what to look for. I have experience. There's issues with policies right now that it's like, it seems like we have people trying to cheat the system. And I'm like, dude, there's something wrong here. And it's one of these things where, whatever. Anyway, um, to make a long story short, I've been clocking in full days. Um, because they got the software in the computer that tells you how much you logged in, right? That's how they know. Everybody knows that. And I'm not trying to cheat the system, but I ain't exactly going to be doing more work than they pay me to do, right? So anyway, today I've been the thing is too though that I'm also and some of you may have problems with this too. I'm also like a team player, like a little bit too much into being a team player to the point where I see there's issues. So I am the guy that unfortunately goes, you know what? We need help. I need to work an extra day, work an extra 2 days, work an extra hour here because you guys need to catch up. You guys, I'm doing extra work. So I am that guy that you're not supposed to be, right? I am that guy. And unfortunately, I know I'm not supposed to be, and it sucks, but we are behind. And again, I do have a little bit of personal interest on this because, well, again, I just been with the company for so long. I have been with the company since basically since we started. Maybe a little bit too much salt, but anyway, for the most part, I like the company. There's good people that work there. A couple of the owners are good, but wipe that off for the bread. But man, I feel good. Oh, that oil is getting good. Oh yeah. Look at this. You don't know. It's gonna be a little bit hot. Hear that? It's hot, 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 hot. Oh yeah. And we got dishes to do. All right, here we go. Where are we at? Where is my throw this in there? We'll use this. This one's bigger. Careful, because everything's hot. You know what? Let's not do that part just yet. Hold on. This one. All right. Woo. Yeah, I need a little bit of that. But throw these in there. All right. Yeah, we're a little on the dirty side today, a little bit. We're doing some things. Even though I ordered out lunch today. I got um I got Chinese food today. So people don't believe me, man. The Chinese food down in Mexico, down here, is top notch. It seems weird to say or to tell people, but it's true, man. It's true. It's um, there was a big between Mexicali and TJ. There's a big uh, migration of Chinese immigrants to these two cities. So it's they are. You know what I saw the other day? Yesterday, as a matter of fact. I don't know if you guys remember, and I thought I had one, but I think I burned it accidentally. It's one of the things that ended up being burnt. Is I thought I had it, but I don't. They call them bread buddies, and it's this Tupperware shaped like a bread, like a or a bread, and the dude on there showed us the correct way to use the apparatus. So I bought one, and it's coming. So anyway, I so as I stated, as we were talking about earlier in one of the other streams or what have you, and I don't know how to, and that's the other thing too. I'm not exactly sure I'm going to set up these streams and what have you. I mean, I'm just going to say, hey, in the other stream, this, that, and the other, but whatever. Anyway, in the other stream, um, the I was talking about how is basically my furniture is all cattywampus, and I was sleeping in my I'm sleeping in the living room technically. I should one day I'll show you. It's still a huge mess, man. It's kind of embarrassing. Um, but there is I decided I had a bed made. I used to have a king size futon, right? And I loved that thing, man. And I don't mind telling you, I had a lot of great times on that fucking thing. Whew. It was heavy. It was thick. I loved it. Um, like I said, I had a lot of fun times on that thing. But what I did though in my previous incarnations of these things of my bed, I made my own bed out of 2x6s and 2x10s. I think it is. It was a very heavy and a very sturdy bed. I was very proud of it. Um, because I knew I needed something that was super sturdy, right? Um, so I built it. It was great. It was awesome. I, 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 my brother and I had a joke because I'm institutionalized to say because once I started sleeping on a firm mattress, I could never go back to a um, a regular mattress for some reason. I just don't sleep comfortably. At one point I just was sleeping on the floor because it felt better to me. That's a lot. And so yeah, my brother says, dude, you're institutionalized, whatever. Anyway, I really appreciated the firmness. Let's just say the firmness of the mattress. I really, really, really like the firmness of the mattress. Let's take a look here. Where are we at? These are almost done. I'm just gonna get them just a little bit more crispy. All right. So, so yeah, I really appreciate the firmness of it. Anyway, for a lot of reasons that I don't want to get into here, but for a lot of reasons, I had to dismantle the bread and the bed, and I couldn't make it over here. So I had a supposed carpenter make one for me that would fit that, and unfortunately, um, uh, it sucked. I told him to make it extra strong. He said, "Oh yeah, I'll make it extra strong for you, no problem." Well, ask me if he made it extra strong. He didn't. Oop, sorry about the noise. Sorry about the noise. I keep forgetting my microphone's on here. So yeah, um, it broke. I did some adjustments to it. I ended up adding an extra brace and then going to Home Depot and getting a piece of plywood and put it on top of everything so that, well, so that it wouldn't break, you know. So those fries are almost over, I think, almost done. So ooh, that's a lot. Anyway, it's gonna be extra spicy. Let's take a look at this. Woo! Let's watch this. Oh man, you know what? Just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. I like them. We're gonna get them a little bit more. No need to rush. Probably a couple more minutes there. Finish making a little sandwich here. So anyway, he basically, instead of making one king size bed, which is fine, what he ended up doing was making um, two beds so that it's easier to transport and all that jazz, which is absolutely fine. Do what you got to do, player. You know. Oh, man, this is gonna be some good stuff. I'm gonna add 4 slices of this stuff because we want it to be. There you go. So anyway, the two beds ended up being not good. Ooh, this one's tough. What happened here? There we go. Again, if you guys remember, this is olive oil and vinegar, but from the I should have put it on top of the other ones, but from the saved peppercini bottles that I use. All right, I think we're done with this. Let's take a look here. Yeah, those are done. I'm gonna turn it off. Oh yeah, that looks good. So let's put these in a little bowl. Anyway, I was thinking of throwing one away, but I just ended up. Here's the thing, too. Here's another thing. Here's one of the reasons why um, I decided to bring it out, and it's a silly reason, but I'm sticking by it. I'm gonna throw a little garlic salt in here. was too much. And a little bit of the black pepper. So I've been watching a lot of Korean dramas. What can I say, man? They're not bad, you know. And one of the things that the Koreans have, at least in these shows, and I don't even know if it's like true, but out in the country, they have these sort of tables that look like they're not really tables per se. They are platforms that they sit on and they eat on, and I thought they're pretty cool. They look like they're like 10 by 10, and they're just raised maybe a foot off the ground, if that. And I'm like, that's pretty cool. So I said the beds that he made are kind of like that. Ooh, smoky. So get that right there. And I'm like, you know what? I'll take it. I'll bring it out to the front so if I have guests, they can sit on this thing, right? So instead of like on a sofa, they can sit on this with pillows, and I have another futon that I can put on top of it. So yeah, the anyway, I ended up moving. So I had the two out, and what I ended up doing, I had the two out in the living room, and I just grabbed one of them and put them in the, I guess what is the guest room, storage room, and so that when people come over, they can crash there. You know, it's a thing. I have a buddy that comes over often, and he, um, you know, he can crash there. Um, you know, because it's a crazy drive home when you're here late at night. To be honest, so this is going to be a lot more interesting to eat than we expected. Man, I bought the kilo of avocados was 42, which is about $3. Man, try doing that. I'm gonna eat the rest of this on my own though. That's enough. So yeah. Anyway, I've been cleaning the house, and what I really needed to do was get to the floor, but we didn't. We did what we could. Oh shoot! I'm gonna put a little bit of. Let's put this over here. Forgot the jalapenos we got right here with the little carrots and stuff. Actually, I put the jalapenos on the side. I'll eat those like chips and stuff. So with the move, anyway, what I wanted to talk about as far as the reason I got that candle out and trying to somehow the wick won't turn on, and I think it's because it's got a lot of dirt in there, so I'm gonna have to probably do some digging. I don't know if you can see, I have my candles back here. I got Jesus, a candle that I made from a model that I had that dressed up like a zombie from the French Quarter. She's an amazing makeup artist. The Virgin Mary and the Saint Teresa. It's I'm trying to collect them all. I got to get a couple more. St. Peter, um, St. Judas. There's a bunch of different types of Jesus ones, so we got to get those. Um, but yeah, it's so here's what I did. All right, so I am. Let's just say that I am into. I do like spiritual stuff. I'm very into. How should we say? So I don't do like seances or, and I'm not into. I don't have any crystals. I don't have any of this, but I do burn sage, and I do Palo Santo is what I had today, what I burned today. The Palo Santo I bought from uh, a lady down in Nalinco. Nalinco, Veracruz is a beautiful little town, still preserved as it was maybe in the 19th century, um, early 20th century. There's still a cool little apothecary that is closer to a museum slash. Um, I think it's just a very basic pharmacy. It's not really a whole um, fully output. I mean, it's just there as a. I wouldn't say necessarily a tourist attraction because it is and it isn't. So now Linkwood's, I think let's just call it. It's an emerging um, town. They're going to it's given the status of a magic town, pueblo mágico, which means that they get extra help from the government in order to establish it as a town because now it's a tourist site and it's part of the tourist guide stuff. Hey, go! You need to go to La Linco because they historically it's where they make. They're known for a couple of things. The first thing that they're known for is um, shoes and leather products. They when you roll into Nalinco, there's a big statue of a cobbler making the shoes. The other thing that they're known for is their bread. And also not as much as maybe Coatepec, but they are proud of their coffee. There's another little town close to them called Misantla, and they're big on coffee there too. But in that general area, the coffee business goes to mostly to Coatepec. That's where you're going to see the coffee museums, the coffee tourist traps, cafes, and the big old the shit. I forget the word. When you go do the tour guides, the big tours to the big coffee lands place where you go to different ranches or fincas or whatever and be able to um, uh, take into the take the tour, basically take the tour. Now, Lincoln doesn't really have any of those yet that I know of as far as a tour around the town. The town is actually very small. The center of town is small, very clean, and they have a really good restaurant there just on the corner of the park called oh damn it, Conchitas or Consuelos. Oh man, it's when you go into the town, it's in one of the corners. You just ask them where the good food is, and they'll point you there. It's great food. So we on very reasonably priced, delicious, very reasonably priced. Let me taste what these fries are. Fries are good. So so in Nalinco, I didn't buy shoes. What I bought was a belt because I wanted to go to Nalinco to take pictures. And the thing with Nalinco, I really do need to go there and stay a weekend. at least a weekend and see most of what's happening and see if there's any sort of tour guides or tour things that happen that I'll be able to take part in, like maybe the where they get the leather from, where they make their bread, things like that. So I have to go see. There's a really nice hotel. It's called Hotel Nalinco, right that oversees the park, and it would be a really great romantic getaway, I think. Anyway, let me see what the sandwich tastes like because oh, it's a monster sandwich. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's all right. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, I can see going in there and being romantic with your significant other. Highly recommended. It's only like a 45-minute drive from the center of Jalapa. Um, you can take a bus there. The taxis are very reasonably priced. You're going to be able to take a taxi there if you want, and you can catch a bus back or have another taxi take you back. Mm-mm-mm. Anyway, I bought my Palo Santo there, the holy wood or the holy stick. I've never burned any before, but I did a little cleansing, and it actually smells fantastic. It smells way better than I thought it would be. But yeah, it was trying to bring back some good energy into this thing. Again, I'm not one of these crazy fanatics, but it's nice to be able to have a spiritual mindset sometimes, I think. One of the things that I wanted to do as I was cleaning, and I didn't get a chance to do it because one, I forgot. I'm not used to that. And two, once I was basically halfway through, I was just kind of like tired of cleaning, wanted to get shit done. And I was thinking, man, how do these little young bucks do it to where uh, there's a couple uh, content creators that show you how to break down how they do things. The ones that I follow are like photographers who go out and do landscapes. Let's just out in the middle of the woods or whatever. And what they'll do is basically they'll walk maybe 50 yards, sit the camera down, go back, and walk again so that you get the passing shot. And I'm like, I'm not gonna. I hate hiking. I'm not a hiker. I understand going out and getting a shot somewhere, but hiking isn't for me. And if I got to hike basically what amounts to twice as much to a third as much, I'm not doing that. So I don't see how that. I don't see myself, I should say, doing that. So, like, let's just say I had these shots in my head, right? That I wanted to, I'm like, what would be a cool shot is if I put the camera on the ground and just started sweeping, da 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 da, and then when I put the camera down, do this thing, started mopping, and I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea, which I still might do, but I didn't get to it today. But as I was moving stuff around, I'm like, oh, it'd be a cool shot. I started thinking, what would the creator do? And then I'm like, the creator would set up a camera here to get me coming and moving stuff from there into the room, and then they'd set up the camera over there to get my back going into the room. And then when I'm in the room, go in there and set the camera in the room so you get the shot of me coming into the room and setting stuff up. And I'm like, you know what? I'm already into deep on this. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. That's too much for me. It's just it's tedious. It's tedious, and I understand it. And bless the people that do that. But I understand that there's money in it. There's money in what they're doing, and bless them for doing that. I have a hard enough time switching between my stove, the over thing here, and I'm not even moving, and getting at least two different camera angles on me to make it somewhat interesting to talk to and to do things and to switch around and do whatever. But I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I on the last stream I told you about how I got to get into a better habit of actually just turning on the camera before I even do anything else, just to make sure that it's recording, because you can always edit that out and cut it later, right? So I got to do that. Um, we'll see later on how it gets done. Oh, my alarm's going off. Give me 1 second. So I am a moron. Yeah, it's been ringing for the past 28 minutes. Okay, thank God. All right. I'm a moron. I did something ridiculous. I forgot about. I'm usually very good at my budget and doing things and moving money around because my money's in my savings, but it's it takes 2 days to get my checking, and I don't know if it's gonna cover whatever. I don't know if you guys, that's a Kevin Hart thing. If you don't know, you better. Even though Kevin Hart is, I don't know. I don't think he's um in trouble or anything, but he's definitely look at that. Nope, no flare. You should be good. I put a little piece of tinfoil there because there's a flare coming from this one, and I've totally just now realized that it's been in the shot the whole time. Funny. Anyway, whatever. It's a Kevin Hart thing. This, that, and the other. I'm done. I'm done talking jibber jabber. I don't even know what I was getting into as far as what's happening. But I'm not going to set up a bunch of angles to do things. I don't know. It took me. I'll say this and then leave. It took me 3.5 hours, almost 4 hours, not even counting the rendering time, to create a video that was 9 minutes long of my trip to the Incasamalapan with just the carnival. It's not even my entire trip. It's just the carnival, which was about 3 days of filming, and I'm proud of it. Don't get me wrong. I'm proud of the video. It came out better than I thought it would, only because I didn't think I'd get enough shots. And two, the sounds are so loud that the lav mic was overwhelmed, as well as the microphone on the cameras were all overwhelmed, and all you hear is so I had to discard all the audio and just use a track from the orchestra, from the Mexican orchestra, from the UNAM, the Autonomous University of Mexico, and it came out pretty good. The my friend critiqued me, says I would have used a different song, and I'm like, yeah, I see like how there's a bunch of different Mexican songs you could have used, like whatever he may have been thinking. But the problem is, it's like I didn't want that. And at the end of the day, when I started, the name of the song is "The Carnival of the Romans." I thought it fit pretty good. And at the end of the day, there's a lot of things that ended up kind of fitting the music pretty good. And I had just enough video to cover some of the songs. I had to do some filler, but at the end of the day, it worked out. So editing still for me is a lot of process because I don't have all the shortcuts. I don't have all the things that I need to know about the software to get it done. It's, as opposed to work where I'm on the keyboard and I know all the shortcuts. And the reason I can process faster is because I have a complete understanding of how the system works, how the keyboard works, how my shortcuts work, what I need to do. I have a workflow that's been intact for like the past 10 years, more than that. So when it gets to the point where I need to edit down something, I don't have that workflow. And sometimes I even have to go, man, I don't know how to do that. I need to YouTube it up. So that all takes time. So it took 4 hours plus the rendering time of what was an hour and a half because my computer isn't super duper awesome. I need a new graphics card, I think, and I'm going to start there, and well, whatever, we'll see. Anyway, the whole process, and forget about uploading time too. I don't have a big internet connection. I'm actually surprised at how well I can stream from here without it causing too much jibber jabber. Um, so my internet connection is not it's not terrible. It's consistent ish, but it's not super mega upload speeds to where I think that video should have been uploaded inside of an hour, where it took 2.5 hours to upload from here. Anyway, that's it. Midnight snack. I'm gonna eat some. I'm gonna eat my sandwich, and then I'm going to watch a little bit of anime. There's a new show on the Netflix about fighting called oh shoot, I just forgot the name. It's new. It's about fighting some sort of wolf man or some sort of thing. It looks cool. I'm gonna watch that and then call it a day. All right. Peace. Take it easy.